Howdy, folks. King of the Dead here, and this is going to be the first of a new series I'm going to start where I pick a tune, TV show, anime, video game, just whatever I feel like. And it's all about characters who have had nothing but loss after loss after loss throughout their career. Today, Darth Maul. Tomorrow, it'll come to me. Darth Maul is a Dothraki Zabrak, if I'm pronouncing that right, and the Sith apprentice of Daddy Palpatine. Born in 54 BBY by the leader of the Night Sisters, Mother Talzin, and apparently he has two brothers, Savage Opress, an all-out beast and genuinely my favorite Star Wars character, and Faral, a little twink bitch. Now I say apparently because for the longest time I didn't know him and Savage were actually brothers. I thought it was more of a respect sort of thing, but that's my L to hold. Time to look at Mauls.
You Master Qui-Gon Jinn. I gutted him while you stood helpless and watched.
Maul's first L was taken by his mother, because she was fully convinced Sidious was going to take her as his apprentice. Instead, he yanked her son. Got her ass. Palpy would then proceed to put him through some shit. Beatings, mental torturing, lots of pain for the Red Man. Actually, sometimes it wasn't even by Palpatine. Sometimes he'd get worked out by his peers just because. Just because it's Wednesday. And he had no choice but to take it. And then the time came. The one thing he was asked to do after the big reveal. The big send-off to the illusion that the Sith were long gone. The arrival of the Phantom Menace. The damn man gets sliced in half by an overgrown Padawan. Granted, he did take out one of the Jedi's strongest with him before getting folded, so I guess it's eye for an eye, but still, bro. Years and years of hiding, only for the first one to reveal himself and only taking out one? Jesus. So after being mixed by Kenobi and thrown down the trash shaft, he found himself encased in garbage juice and hauled down to Planet Waste, Lothal Minor. Here he used his Sith nonsense and Night Sister magic to craft himself some creepy ass spider legs and beat up some bandits. And what else did he do? Oh yeah, that's right. Lost his fucking mind.
Years and years and years. Through victory, my chains have broken the chains. The chains are the easy part. It's what goes on in here.
You know what keeps me up at night, people? It was all Sidious. Sidious is the reason Maul was brought into the Sith. He's the one who sent Maul to fight Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. He's the one who told Dooku to murder Ventress, which caused her to retreat to Dathomir, where Mother Talzin led her to Savage Opress, who would then seek out Darth Maul to restore sanity. It's like poetry, man.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
After Mustard gets ketchup the fuck out of that trash heap, they return to Dathomir to Mama T. And she uses her hoodoo voodoo on him, which restores his whacked out mind and did away with those creepy ass limbs, and replaced them with some only slightly less creepy limbs. On everything, why is it that the Mandalorians are the only ones who can do some robo legs right?
Rise, Maul, reborn son of Dathomir.
Brother.
After restoring his brother's mind, they actually start kicking ass for a minute, up until they caught the attention of a single person that mattered. Nah, not her. See, that's what happens when you think you're the main character, folks. Get wrecked. As soon as Kenobi and Daddy Hondo got involved, Red Ranger lost a leg and Yellow Ranger lost an arm. All hell Ewan McGregor. Lucky for Team Stop and Yield, they were found by the Death Watch, a Mandalorian splinter group led by Pre Vizsla and Bo-Katan. Otherwise, they would have died from lack of oxygen in a stolen space pod after getting clapped. Imagine dying like that. Vizsla decided to take them back to their base on Zanbar solely because he noticed Maul's lightsaber and thought they'd be good backup against the Jedi. The Death Watch patched them up with some new mechanical limbs. Thank God, too, because I cannot take much more of those creepy-looking horse legs. After some good old-fashioned Sith negotiation,
Be powerful, but we put these two back together after the Jedi gutted them.
Doubt will only lead to failure.
they decide to team up to take over Mandalore, while both planning to betray one another. Because that's what happens every single time two villains team up. And I'm talking every time. After teaming up with Death Watch, they then go on a killing spree to grow their faction for the upcoming war on Mandalore. And I'll be honest with you folks, I fucking love this shit. Like I said before, Savage is my favorite character, and seeing him and Rojo go straight Godzilla on everyone they meet was just as cool as a kid that it is now. It's honestly some of my favorite non-clone related Clone Wars stuff.
Very well then. It would seem the decision to join us is now yours.
I was even impressed with how Maul knew Vizsla and Space Karen would betray him and sat quietly in prison. He could break out anytime he wanted, and when it was time, he did.
Apprentice, I wish a tour of this facility.
It took this maniac one good day of war and one of the best choreographed fights in Star Wars history to rise to the throne, and I gotta admit, folks, he looks damn good sitting on it.
I challenge you, one warrior to another, and only the strongest shall rule Mandalore.
One of Maul's most triumphant moments is using Cate Blanchett as bait to bring the god of high ground to Mandalore, and did not hesitate to murk her right in front of him. You gonna take my legs, I'm gonna take your love, fuckboy. Who can blame him, though? What? Don't look at me like that. You're telling me that if you had to die in the Star Wars universe, you'd complain that it was by the Darksaber? If your boy was a Jedi, I don't care what the Council has to say about it. I am getting the Darksaber. And if I can't have it, dying to it is the next best thing. Although if I had to choose, I prefer going more out like pre-Vizsla.
Only the strongest shall rule.
Anyway, there's a civil war. Mandalorians versus Xenophobes. And as the entire world of Mandalore is in actual chaos, guess who's on his way? Lord Sidious comes to put Maul in his place. And if you made it this far in this video thinking to yourself, Maul didn't take that many L's, well, my dear viewer, you watch this clip and tell me where this falls on the loss tally.
Have mercy. Please, please.
There is no mercy.
Fun fact, it was while watching this clip that I decided to make this new series on my channel. Like, no lie, that's really the only reason. And you want to know the worst part of all this? This isn't even close to where Maul's loss tally ends. After Sidious reminds them who runs this bitch and murks Savage, he decides to leave Maul alive for what I can only imagine so he can have something to practice Force Lightning on. Oh, and also because he wanted to use him as bait to draw out Townsend, which he did.
I'm not like you. I never was.
Remember, the first and only reality of the Sith.
Palpy took Redman to Stygian Prime, a separatist outpost where he came face to face with the man that replaced him, Count Dooku. Maul wasn't here for long though, because it did not take long for the Mandalorians to bust him out. And as impressive as that was, it was all planned. Sidious wanted Maul to escape to draw out the Trap Queen, which did not take long. Sidious, Dooku, and Grievous followed Maul to Ord Mantell and engaged in the war with the Mandalorians and the Night Sisters, if you could even call it that. Grievous is not one to be fucked with. I gotta admit, I know it's very unlikely, but I would like to see this entire comic animated. Just about every panel was pure gold. Especially this one, where Maul gets to watch as Grievous slaughters his mama like a crippled horse. Animate that, Disney. Do it. You won't, you won't. After this, he never dares to even leave the throne room out of fear. Palpatine had beaten the will out of this man. He was down so bad he even resorted to asking the Jedi, the ones he hated more than anything in this universe, to help. Sucks though, because he wanted either Kenobi or Anakin. Instead, he got the double-bladed queen herself, Ahsoka Tano. But I mean, come on, fam. You didn't actually think Kenobi was about to help you, right? Last time you saw him, you murked this girl right in front of him. Oh, who am I kidding? Kenobi's too sweet for this universe ass, probably would have helped him anyway. Lucky for him, though, because Miss Tano offered him a free delivery of these hands with a side of Clone Trooper. Look at him. Look at him beg.
You're all going to burn! We're all going to die! You don't know what you're doing!
As helpless as Maul looks, all chained up and muzzled like a mad dog, gotta admit, when Tunnel let him out, he was more like a mad titan on these clones. Alright people, I put in a lot of extra work in this video, so I hope it comes out okay, and I hope the mouse doesn't send me to copyright purgatory for all those clips I put in. They'll never catch me alive. Want me to do a part 2? Let me know in the comments, because let's be honest folks, we all know he takes more L's before he clocks out. Deadmantoons signing off.